Thank you for the dimming of the lights, yeah. I'm Phil Moss. I'm the president of the Oklahoma Higher Education Heritage Society this year. It's my honor and privilege to welcome everyone here as we mark this occasion of the 30th annual Higher Education Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Now, I'll ask Mackenzie Cook, a University of Central Oklahoma graduate student in vocal performance pedagogy, to come forward. Mackenzie? All the way at the back, so she's got a ways to go. She's going to lead us in the singing of our national anthem, so I would ask everyone to stand, please. And we don't have it? Oh, there's a flag on the screen. Okay.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Mackenzie. You may be seated. Tonight is a special night honoring higher education leaders in our state. But I think we all recognize it's also the eve of our election, and also a day where many of our neighbors have been affected by the storms in their state. So this time I'd ask that you join me in a moment of silence as we appreciate and are grateful for those that we're going to be honoring tonight, but also remember those around us who are hurting from the destruction, but then also as we consider the hope that we have for a better future for our state and nation. A moment of silence. Thank you. It's great to be back on the campus of the University of Central Oklahoma, where I received my first degree 49 years ago. I'll not sing the alma mater, but as a past president, past vice president of the UCO Men's Glee Club, you know that I could, okay? But I won't do that. I'm capable. At this time, though, I would like to introduce President Todd Lamb to offer some welcoming comments. As he comes, let me remind everyone he became the 22nd president of UCO last year, continuing his long service to the state of Oklahoma. Let's welcome President Lamb. Okay.
Thank you, Phil. Just to clear something up, in case you're wondering, I was not and am not in the Glee Club. Welcome to UCO, the third largest university in the state of Oklahoma, home of the greatest forensic science institute in the entire country, home to the 13th ranked UCO football Broncos, and also to the 13th ranked girls volleyball team, UCO. We are glad you're here. Our motto at UCO, if you don't know, I know we have a lot of bronze and blue in the room, but if you do not know our motto, it is ubi modus est, Latin which says where movement is. And this is a university where movement is still ongoing and where movement is. Where movement is. Last year we had record enrollment with our freshman class. This year, the first increase in enrollment since 2013. Movement is happening at the University of Central Oklahoma. We are honored, my wife Monica and I are honored that you're here and we're hosting this event at UCO tonight. And before I got up here, Phil, and I was looking at this august body, I thought about the joint session of Congress and the State of the Union address where we always ask one official to remain outside the Capitol in the event disaster strikes. I thought, who's sitting out tonight? Because if disaster struck here tonight, who's left to educate the masses? If you've done it, you're in this room, and what this body represents tonight is absolutely extraordinary. As I looked through the list of inductees tonight, I can make a comment about everyone. And when you start naming names, you're in danger of those that you name don't care that you name them, and those that you did not name really want to know why you did not name them. So I'm going to commit that sin. There's a Bronco being inducted tonight, Dr. John Barthell. And I want to say to you, Dr. Barthell, thank you for not just years, but decades of giving back and educating individuals, but at this time in your career, the masses. And the research that you've done on behalf of our entire country, you've been recognized for that, and the research you've done at this institution and what you continue to do, and the conversations you're leading right now on our campus with me, I want to say thank you to you and congratulations as a Bronco. And I was asked to give a 2-minute welcome. My 2 minutes is almost up. Mike Turpin's in the room. I hang out with Mike at least once a week. This is the most I've ever talked without being interrupted since I've been with Mike for 4 years. Regent Turpin, it's good to see you. When I was chosen as the 22nd president of UCO by the Russo Regents a year and a half ago, one of the first people to call me, Mike Turpin was the first, and then probably the second or third person that called me was Joe Harroz. President Harroz, I'm glad you could find your way from Norman to Edmond. But I want to say thank you for your mentorship to me, your friendship to me, your help to me, your very candid, extremely candid advice to me. Congratulations to you and to all of the inductees and to your families. Like we say here at UCO, hooves up. We're Broncos, these are hooves. Hooves up, roll Chos. Today's Monday. And it's a great day to be a Bronco, and it's a great day to serve higher ed. God bless you, and thank you.
On behalf of the Oklahoma Higher Ed Hall of Fame, I want to thank President Lamb and his team for their generous support in hosting this event, the 30th Hall of Fame ceremony. They really go above and beyond to make sure the evening is a memorable one. Now, before I recognize others in attendance, there is one fellow in the audience that's so unique and so distinctive that he deserves a special recognition. At this time, let's recognize former president of the University of Central Oklahoma and governor of the great state of Oklahoma, George Nigh. There he is. Now, as I introduce some other very special groups, I'd ask each group to stand as you're identified and be recognized. First, let's recognize the regents who are with us this evening. That would be from the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education and governing board members from across the state system. I would ask regents to please stand and be recognized. Don't be shy, please. And of course, also joining this evening are a number of presidents of our state colleges and universities, as well as past presidents. So I'd ask presidents and past presidents to please stand and let's express our thanks for your leadership and service. Please stand. At this time, I'd ask for members of the board for the Oklahoma Higher Education Heritage Society to stand, be recognized. Thank you for your commitment and support of this organization. Board members, please stand. Thank you. And then I know that we have a number of previous inductees to the Higher Ed Hall of Fame here with us. If you would, former inductees, please stand and let's recognize you. It is great to have all of you with us. You know, the support and involvement of the state regents makes our organization so much more effective and successful. So at this time, I'd ask Chancellor Allison Garrett to come to the podium and share some comments with us. I would remind everyone that Chancellor Garrett was the first, she's the 9th Chancellor and was the first woman to serve in that position. Let's welcome Chancellor Allison Garrett.
Well, it is wonderful to be with all of you tonight, and my privilege to say welcome to all of you on behalf of the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education. Thank you so much to all of you who comprise the extended family of Oklahoma Higher Education. Thank you for everything that you do for the young people of this state. Because of your work, this state and the young people here have a very, very bright future. Now, we are on a tight schedule tonight, and I know many of you want to get up early and go stand in line to cast your vote. Just want to make one quick political comment. My daughter-in-law, late last week, took my 3-year-old granddaughter, you know Charlotte, to vote. She was explaining to Charlotte that it is a real privilege to vote for the President of the United States. And Charlotte said, "I'm voting for George Washington." So if you haven't made up your mind, you have time. Thank you again for coming tonight.
Thank you, Chancellor, for being here and your participation. I want to remind everyone that we do have a silent auction if you've not had a chance to take a look at that. Some great contributions from individuals and institutions, and we really appreciate those contributions. It helps offset the costs of this event. And a special thanks to board member Sue Williams and also our executive director, Donna Richardson, for pulling that all together. If you'd like to further support the organization with a donation, there are brochures there at your table where you can do so as well. And I think that's enough talk for now. Enjoy your meal and the conversation, and we'll carry on. Come to the real reason that we're here is to honor the 2024 Higher Ed Hall of Fame inductees. Joining me on the platform this evening is Chancellor Garrett and State Regents Chair Dennis Casey. They will be joining me in presenting the Higher Ed Society medallion and certificate to each inductee. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Bob Burke, who will be introducing each of the inductees this evening. Bob is an award-winning author who's been such a great help each year as we celebrate our Hall of Fame inductees. As a reminder to the inductees, when Bob announces your name, please make your way to the platform, come to my right, your left. So with that, Bob, shall we begin?
Dr. John Barthell served as Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs at the University of Central Oklahoma until his selection as a National Science Foundation Rotator Program Director, the first such appointment from an Oklahoma regional institution. He served previously as Dean of the UCO College of Mathematics and Science. Barthell's nearly 3-decade career at UCO has been dedicated to advancing student-centered research, including creating a learning model that supports the teacher-scholar role for faculty. The John F. Barthell Pollinator Garden, located alongside the STEM Research and Learning Center he conceptualized, honors his legacy of well-being of the UCO community. An accomplished teacher, scholar, and administrator, Barthell has received numerous grants and awards recognizing these accomplishments, including UCO's Herbert S. Dordick Outstanding Mentor Award and being named a 2022 Council on Undergraduate Research Fellow. Barthell currently leads a grant for research in Greece that has produced more than 70 publications and 140 presentations while he was the principal investigator. 67% of the student participants who are underrepresented in STEM disciplines were accepted into postgraduate programs. The author of more than 80 articles on ecology, natural history, and topics relating to high-impact educational practices, Barthell supports initiatives that emphasize undergraduate research. He has served on the boards of many organizations and the Greater Oklahoma City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Board. This is exciting. A new species of bee called Euphorsia barthelli was named in honor of his contributions to his field. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. John Barthell.
Well, thank you very much. And first of all, I want to note that I certainly wouldn't be here tonight without the people in my life. And I want to recognize my wife, Denise, who's here with my daughter, Caitlin. They flew in from Colorado. And my brother, Greg, is also here all the way from Washington State. And my best friend, Daniel's here from Maine. And I really appreciate having my loved ones all here this evening. I want to thank cabinet members, past and present, I've worked with in the state. And those include provosts at UCO like Bill Radke and Charlotte Simmons. And I also want to thank Mark Arant for being here tonight. He's come in from another state, but is a former colleague at Northeastern. And many current and former deans are here as well, and that includes Gloria Cadell, who's the current dean of the College of Mathematics and Science, and also Wei Chen, who's not here this evening, and Bill Kerr, who preceded my role when I was a dean there as well. I want to thank the UCO presidents I've had an opportunity to work with over the years too, including Roger Webb and Don Betts, and I didn't get a chance to overlap with George Nigh, but I deeply appreciate the influence he had on the campus as well. And I appreciate President Lamb very much for his very kind remarks this evening, and I've enjoyed beginning to work with him as well. I also thank regents and alumni who are here and who've been so generous to the university. Thank you to my former students. You're out there, I see you. Thank you for being here. The many faculty, chairpersons, and staff colleagues who are here, worked with you in so many different contexts. People from business, education, forensic science, mathematics and science disciplines. That includes, by the way, my fine arts and liberal arts colleagues who are here. I thank you for teaching me that it is not just about what science can do, but what it should do as well. As mentioned, I travel as a biologist on and off to Greece, and I've done so for the last 20 years. And frankly, I have very little hope of speaking Greek fluently. But I have decided that I'm going to take the route of trying to learn at least one word each year that I go there, okay? Low bar, and this last year, the word that I wanted to learn was philotimo, and philotimo translates literally to love of honor, or so I am told. But it does not translate into a single English word. So while I was in Greece, I had extended discussions with a good friend of mine who's Greek, and one day, during a friendly disagreement between us, we stopped, we looked at each other, we smiled, and we blurted out almost simultaneously, philotimo. It was symbolic in that moment of the idea that we will always do our best to do the right thing and to trust each other in that process. I often think that Aldous Huxley, grandson of the famed British biologist T.H. Huxley, got it right when he noted the following. We are human because at a very early stage in the history of the species, our ancestors discovered a way of preserving and disseminating the results of experience. At the end of the day, I think that is what we are responsible for doing in higher education, to do our very best to do the right thing by advancing our knowledge of the human experience for our students and for the society that they will inherit from us. I am very grateful to my nominators and the Oklahoma Higher Education Hall of Fame for this recognition tonight. I wish you all philotimo in your pursuit of the future of higher education in Oklahoma. Thank you and good evening.
Dr. James Halligan served as the 16th president of Oklahoma State University from 1994 to 2003. Before OSU, he served as an assistant professor at Texas Tech and later became chair of the chemical engineering department there. He next served as dean of engineering at the University of Missouri in Rolla, before becoming dean and interim vice chancellor at the University of Arkansas, and then president of New Mexico State University for 10 years. As the president of OSU, Halligan addressed declining enrollment, oversaw the consolidation of student services into a single building, facilitating upgrades to classrooms and the library, and initiated the construction of new housing. His efforts also led to the expansion of Gallagher-Iba Arena, enabling indoor graduation ceremonies and football games. Halligan spearheaded OSU's first capital campaign and enabled the establishment of professorships, endowed chairs, presidential scholarships, and new distinguished graduate fellowships. Under his leadership, OSU gained national recognition as America's Best College by and a Truman Library Institute honor. Halligan served as the CEO of the Oklahoma A&M System of Colleges and was very instrumental in creating OSU Tulsa. His wife, Ann, was a supportive partner. As First Lady, together they hosted more than 2,000 guests each year in the president's home on campus and served as the hostess all of the events, and many student groups were welcomed. Ann Halligan's commitment to service extended far beyond the university. She served on several boards in the communities of Stillwater and Tulsa, including the Stillwater Medical Center, the Stillwater United Way, and the Stillwater Public Education Foundation. Before becoming the First Lady of OSU, she was a legal secretary, a high school business teacher, and later had a career in real estate. Please welcome.
This is such a great honor. I was really surprised when they approached me with this, and I wanted to thank all the people who wrote all the nice recommendations for Jim. He had a wonderful team at OSU, and he served just short of 10 years at OSU, but it was a really happy time. And as I agreed with Todd Lamb a few minutes ago, it's all about the students when you're at a university. It's really great. And so I'd like to have you meet our three sons are here tonight. They come from Little Rock, and Houston and Charlotte, and one daughter-in-law is with us tonight. The other two couldn't make it. And there are many friends here with us. I have some friends from Stillwater, a couple of my friends at Legacy Village where I live, and a lot of the team members that Jim had. They were wonderful. They were excellent. So I just thank everybody for all you did and all you are doing, and I appreciate the honor very much. Thank you.
Serving the University of Oklahoma for more than 28 years in various leadership roles, Joseph Harroz Jr. was named its 15th president in May of 2020. He previously served as interim president, 9 years as dean of the College of Law, 12 years as general counsel, and 2 years as vice president for executive affairs. Under his leadership, over the last 4 years, the university has ambitiously pursued the fulfillment of its Lead On University strategic plan, sparking a new era of excellence and elevating OU's position as a top-tier public research university with life-changing impact. More students than ever are choosing OU, and this year marks the university's 4th consecutive record-breaking freshman class. With nearly 5,600 students, the class of 2028's size represents a 20% increase over the last 2 years. The class is breaking other university records with the highest number of first-generation college students and the most Oklahoma residents of any other incoming class. OU's research momentum continues to accelerate, reaching a record $411 million in externally funded research awarded. The OU research enterprise has achieved an average 12% annual growth rate for awards over the last 4 years, and OU ranks among the top 8% of research universities nationally. The historic merger in 2021 to create OU Health has brought immense benefits to the state and its people. As Oklahoma's first comprehensive academic health system, OU Health is delivering a world-class care, training tomorrow's health professionals, and meeting the toughest medical challenges with pioneering research and innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Joseph Harroz Jr.
Get out, boy. Head up, okay.
Wow, what an honor it is to deliver tonight's keynote. Can you all hear me okay? Hey, thank you all. This is a little unsettling. Want to begin because I refuse to forget to recognize my family members who are here. We're going to go with just one table of the 3 tables that are here, but my mom, Marion Harroz, Terry, absolutely. I'll introduce them all, and then we'll kind of move this thing along. You've got somewhere to be, right? My mom, Marion Harroz. My mother-in-law, Terry Simpson. We've got the 3 kids, Joseph, Zara, and Jude, who are here. My amazing wife, Ashley. And we have Sean Burridge's parents at our table. Sean couldn't make it, but we're thrilled to have the judge and Aletha with us because we love them as family. I have another table of family that are here. We have the university family that is here, a number of regents that lead that university family. And would all of you please, if you're part of the university family, would you please stand up to be recognized? So this is bizarre. So this is the 30th anniversary of this society, of this Hall of Fame, and I'm beyond grateful to be inducted into it. And the recommenders who A number of you have taken credit for this. Sean Burridge, Chancellor Burridge, leapt to the fore to say it was his idea. I know that Chancellor Johnson was a part of this as well. Huge thank you for that. You know, so 30 years ago, this started. 30 years ago, I was working in a law firm, and David Boren called and asked if I would come work at the University of Oklahoma. And at a relatively young age, I came in as special assistant to the president. Shortly after that was VP for Executive Affairs. Within a few years, I became general counsel. And for 12 years, I got to represent the University of Oklahoma, Cameron, and Rogers State. I left for a couple of years, could not stay away from the attraction of higher education, and was allowed to be Dean of the College of Law for 9 years and interact with all the remarkable colleges and their products as the state's only public law school. And then 5.5 years ago, this opportunity came, and I've been to a lot of these ceremonies. Now, I told my wife earlier, I was like, Ashley, I'm way too young to be in this. And she assured me I wasn't. It is a remarkable honor. All the time, students will ask the question and ask for guidance. And I always love when they ask for guidance because they think I actually know something about what to do in life. And I tell them very quickly that in undergrad, I was pre-med through economics with a minor in zoology. So I have no idea what I'm doing. But I do know this, and that is I've tried as hard as I can to reduce down to its simplest form what the meaning is. Right? What is the non-sectarian, what is the secular meaning of life that exists outside of your own faith? And it comes down to two things to me. It is to love, and if you can, make a difference. And my mom, who's here tonight, taught me how to love and taught all of us how to love not just our family, but others as well. And as far as, I never thought I'd go into higher education. But the second part of it to me is to love, and if you can, make a difference. If you can, make a difference. I'm in an age now where a lot of folks who have been successful by many standards cannot wait to retire. They cannot wait to retire. And I am so beyond blessed because in my life, to this point, I've been able to love and to be a part of something that is the greatest vehicle there is for improving the lives of others at scale. Love, and if you can, make a difference. I fell into higher education 30 years ago. I fell into the most transformative vehicle that changes lives that exists in the world. There is no other ladder that allows you to change the fate of your own, to change the fate of your family, to move not just your family forward, but societies. When you think about what changes the world, right, it's those that receive the benefit of higher education. And every one of us here is a part of that. And it is amazing to have this medal, and I'll take probably an uncomfortable number of pictures with this medal around my neck. But the truth of the matter is that higher education leaves a legacy that is not a statue of anybody, that is not an award for anybody, right? That is not a resume for anybody. What higher education does is it leaves a legacy inside of those that come after us, that allows us to flourish in ways that otherwise wouldn't exist. And not just economically, socially. We have Dean Mary Margaret Holt here from the college, the Weisenhofer College of Fine Arts. It allows us to feel deeper, to think more deeply, to be more profound, to learn to love others in a way that denies hate and allows us to grow. That is the path of higher education. George Nigh, who's here tonight, has been an example forever. And it's so fun to see George Nigh and Todd Lamb, and you think about all the generations of leaders of the various areas. So I am beyond humbled to accept this. But the truth of the matter is, it is me that is beyond fortunate to be a part of this. What we do matters. We do not advance. We do not create a better society. We do not improve the health of our state that needs it so desperately. And we do not help individuals and societies transform unless we invest in higher education. You being here is that commitment. Could not be more grateful, and I'm humbled and honored. Thank you.
Dr. John McArthur served as president of Cameron University for 11 years, after serving 9 years as dean of the School of Science and Technology, vice president for academic affairs, and provost. Before joining Cameron, he held faculty appointments in physics, computer science, and mathematics at Southeastern Oklahoma State University and Colorado State University, Pueblo. McArthur is an advocate for accessible and affordable university opportunities, particularly for students in Southwest Oklahoma. As president, he maintained low tuition fees and room and board rates while significantly increasing scholarship opportunities for students and employees. A proponent of student learning inside and outside the classroom, the efforts of him and his colleagues resulted in significant increases in student persistence and completion rates, with dramatic growth in participation through distance learning and concurrent enrollment. His support for research opportunities throughout his career, both as a scholar and as a mentor for undergraduate research, is truly commendable. He's also played a significant role in creating professional development opportunities for early career faculty members. Through diligent fundraising, dozens of renovation projects were completed to improve the student experience at Cameron, including new science labs, greenhouses, a teaching art gallery, esports facilities, a golf center, and a major renovation of university library facilities. He continues to enjoy a personal and professional partnership with Dr. Carla Odie, his spouse since 1990. He retired as president of Cameron University in July of this year. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. John McArthur.
I had forgotten hair for the photos. And I've been talking after Joe Harroz for more than 20 years. I think at the Board of Regents meetings, I'm known as the president. They call intermission to do that. So but let me start by saying thank you to the guests who came with me, and let me start with my spouse and life's partner, Carla Odie. Thank you for the years. We have friends Bob and Barbara Myers. We're also joined tonight by Professor Ann Nally. She's Cameron University's longest serving faculty member. She's been teaching, mentoring, cajoling students year in, year out since 1969. Thank you for coming, Ann. It's been fun to watch you grow. We're also joined by all the surviving Cameron University presidents, all of us since 1980. Don Davis, Cindy Ross, Jerry Askins. Thank each of you for being here. We also have a significant number of members of the executive team during that era. Don Sullivan, Albert Johnson Jr., Ronna Vanderslice, Nanette Carter, Keith Mitchell, Bob Hannafield. I thank each of you for your support and your counsel through the years. And then finally, I have another couple that I want to introduce. They've done as much for Southwest Oklahoma as anyone else, higher ed or otherwise. Barbara, Rick Vaught, thank you for joining me tonight and helping us celebrate this event. Thank you for your support, your counsel, and your friendship through the years. There's so many other people I should be thanking tonight, but let me take one special group, and that's the group of mentors, mentors for me. Those may be people who identified an opportunity, maybe opened a door for me, maybe provided a nudge through one of those doors when I didn't have the self-confidence or the courage to go through it. Yes, Regent Turpin, I did get the book. I thank you. I appreciate your continued interest in my success. I even have mentors that have not just opened the doors and nudged me through the doors, they've shoved me through a few of them, kicking and screaming. And Glenn Johnson, yes, I may be talking about you. Thank you. I would never have left the classroom without Glenn's support. All right, so let me, in the remaining seconds, for those of you in this room who are already serving as mentors, I encourage you to keep it up. Our students are worth it. For those of you still on the fence, please accept this exhortation from me. Get in the game. It's time to become a mentor. You can become a talent scout. You could help nurture the leadership and teaching talent. You can also support higher ed's leaders and others. As I said, our students are worth it. Besides, we want this institution that we're here tonight representing to have people to induct for decades to come. Thank you for the recognition. Congratulations to the other inductees, and thank each of you for your support of Oklahoma higher education.
Dr. Clyde Montgomery Jr. served as the Vice President of Academic Affairs at Langston University for 12 years. After serving as Associate Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences, and Chair of the Department of Music. Montgomery earned bachelor's and master's degrees from Mississippi Valley State University and a PhD from the University of Oklahoma, all in music education. Starting in 1972, he held a faculty position in Langston's Department of Music for 20 years, eventually becoming chair. As Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences, he launched the Mathematics and Science Academy for high school students and established Langston University's Undergraduate Research Day. He also secured a grant from the Department of Commerce to upgrade the university's radio station to a Class A station. As Vice President of Academic Affairs, Montgomery led initiatives to enhance student learning and curriculum development. He negotiated the acquisition of a building for undergraduate science research, established the University College, the Distance Education Laboratory, and the Faculty Research Award. Additionally, he led an effort to infuse technology into the teaching and learning process, expanded off-campus and electronic course delivery, and revised the general education curriculum. During his career at Langston, Montgomery received several awards, including the McCabe Honors Program Innovation and Creative Leadership Award and the Distinguished Service Award. When he retired in 2019, they honored him with the title of Vice President of Academic Affairs Emeritus. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Clyde Montgomery Jr.
To Dr. Moss, members of the Board of Directors of the Oklahoma Higher Education Heritage Society, fellow inductees, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Thank you for being here tonight. I am deeply grateful to the Board of Directors for honoring me with this prestigious award and recognizing me. Well, when you miss it, you start over. I am deeply grateful to the Board of Directors of the Oklahoma Higher Education Heritage Society for honoring me with this prestigious award and recognizing my contributions to higher education. The Society has done an exceptional job in preserving Oklahoma's higher education history and heritage and promoting enhanced awareness of higher education's vital role in the state's social, cultural, economics, and educational development. And I am honored to be inducted into the Oklahoma Higher Education Hall of Fame. I want to thank Dr. Ruth Jackson, my president of Langston University, and the entire Langston family for their nomination and support. I want to show my gratitude to three people. One, the late Dr. Ernest L. Holloway, former president of Langston University, Dr. Jean Bell Manning, former vice president of academic affairs, and Mr. Beret Thigpen, former director of bands. These individuals provided me with challenges, many opportunities, and a career path forward, and they are to be commended. So tonight, I am blessed to be surrounded by some of the most amazing people, and they are all here to support me. My wife, Yvonne, my daughter, Allegra, my daughter, Nicole, my sisters, Wilma, Ardell, and Minnie, and their husbands, my sister-in-law, Karen, and her husband, my amazing colleagues, and former students. Thank you for your unwavering support throughout my career. So tonight, this honor is a testament to our collective efforts. And we thank you and appreciate everyone that has had an effort in making my career possible. Thank you very, very much.
Dr. Marion Paden's K through 12 education at University School in Norman set a solid foundation for her journey in academics. Transferred to Oklahoma State University as a sophomore, she earned a bachelor's in psychology and a master's in student personnel and guidance. She completed her doctorate of education at Nova University. Over her 40-year career in higher education, while working at Oklahoma State, the University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma, Navarro College, and Oklahoma City Community College, she always focused on programs and people promoting student success. As a licensed professional counselor, she served as Vice President for Student Services at OCCC for more than 20 years. Most recently, she served as President and CEO of Leadership Oklahoma, a nonprofit dedicated to fostering a network of Oklahomans committed to ethical, positive change. She has always served on numerous boards in the community and state. A few of her numerous recognitions include induction into the Oklahoma Women's Hall of Fame, OCU's Delaney Brown Library Society, the Association of Women in Communications Byliners, the Journal Records Circle of Excellence, the inaugural Class of 55 Over 55 Inspiring Oklahomans, and 405 Magazine's The Metro's Most Influential. Dr. Marion Paden Endowed Distinguished Leadership Scholarship was established at OCCC by former State Regent John Massey. Paden also she enjoys spending time with people committed to making their lives matter. She has traveled to all 50 states and 38 countries across 6 continents and resides in Oklahoma City with her husband, Royal Sergeant. Please welcome Dr. Marion Paden.
You'll notice that the vice presidents here tonight brought notes. The presidents, not so much. So good evening, everyone. I want to start by expressing my appreciation to the selection committee for this incredible honor. It's truly a privilege to be inducted into the Oklahoma Higher Education Hall of Fame. I'm humbled to be in such distinguished company tonight. But I really need to thank the people that brought me here, and they're sitting at table 14. So I'm going to make you guys all stand up and call out your names. There's Paul Seekers, who was my last president that I had, Kim Valeka, who was the world's best administrative assistant, my sister by choice, Luann Cravens, the vice president for community development at the time, Ann Ackerman, who I actually followed at Leadership Oklahoma. She was the president and CEO before me. Teresa Moisant, who is a regent, Aaron Logan, who is a director of student life and is now Dr. Logan here at OCO. Where are we, Todd? Where are we? Okay, the University of Central Oklahoma. Mary Marks Jackson, a true friend, and Dr. Liz Largent. Let's give those people a round of applause. And for the first time ever in my entire life, I want you all to welcome my husband, Royal Sergeant. Yes, we got married in July. Never say never. I did this whole thing in higher ed without a husband, I'll tell you. Brave man right there. Congratulations, Royal. My thanks also go to Donna Richardson for her tireless efforts in coordinating this event. If you have not seen Donna all around making all of this possible, she's the one that makes this happen. Let's give Donna a round of applause, please. I'm deeply grateful to Dr. Ann Ackerman, my friend and colleague, for submitting my nominations, and to Drs. Paul Seacrest, Aaron Logan, and Don Betts for their letters of support. Your belief in me has always made a difference. As we gather here on the eve of a very important election, it's comforting to be in a room where we all agree on one thing: that access to high quality higher education in Oklahoma is a worthy goal for our time, talent, and unwavering dedication. The work is not just important, it's transformative, and I'm proud to have been part of a community committed to it. Looking back, and you saw a picture earlier, I'm immensely grateful to Dr. Gary Rankin, who took a chance on me, brought me here from Texas to what was then South Oklahoma City Junior College, to a brand new role leading recruitment, campus life, and student relations. For decades, I was blessed to work alongside remarkably bright, innovative, and committed men and women, some of whom you just met. Together, we dedicated ourselves to creating a campus environment. When I came, this college was only 9 years old. You think about everything that we created at the institution. We created a campus environment that was fully committed to student success and to helping students identify and reach their educational goals. As the college grew, so did my opportunities and my responsibilities. When I retired from OCCC, I was recognized by the state regents, Kermit McMurray was the picture there, as the longest serving Chief Student Affairs Officer in the state, at that time, ever, which I joked was Latin for too damn long. None of us sets out to earn a longevity award. Tonight, I am profoundly grateful for the recognition of what that time truly represents. The significance of the work we did together, the lives we touched, and the futures we helped shape. Thank you for this honor. It reaffirms my belief that education has the power to transform lives, uplift families, and strengthen entire communities. I am deeply grateful to the part of this legacy that I have been and inspired by those who continue this work throughout Oklahoma and especially at CCC, my friends over there. Your commitment to education strengthens Oklahoma and this nation, and I'm truly honored to be recognized for contributing to that foundation. Thank you and good evening.
Dr. Larry Rice served as the 14th president of Rogers State University from 2008 until his retirement in 2024. He is an Oklahoma native with more than 40 years of experience in higher education. Raised in Mayes County, he graduated from Maisie Elementary in 1967 and Shoto High School in 1971. He earned a doctorate of education from Oklahoma State University, writing his doctoral dissertation on 80 years of university preparatory education on College Hill, a history of the institution presently known as Rogers State. He earned both his master's in education and bachelor's in criminal justice from Northeastern Oklahoma State University. Rice began his academic career in 1979 as a full-time faculty member at RSU when it was still Claremore Junior College, teaching classes in criminal justice, psychology, and sociology. From 1979 to 1986, he was director of the Applied Sciences Division and had the privilege of establishing the Pryor campus in 1986, serving as its first director of academics. Prior to becoming RSU president in 2008, he served in several roles at the University of Tulsa, including chief of staff to the president. Under Rice's stewardship, Rogers State added new degree programs and partnerships to create more opportunities for students to follow their dreams. He was instrumental in helping build a partnership with Mid-America Industrial Park to construct a $10 million building in 2014 to use as the Rogers State University Pryor campus. Rice has been successful in fundraising for RSU, securing several $1 million in private gifts to advance the university's mission, including strong support from the Cherokee Nation and the Oklahoma legislature to fund a new Center for Science and Technology. The late First Lady Peggy Rice, who was Dr. Rice's co-partner in numerous endeavors, played a crucial role in achieving many goals on the campus of Rogers State University and its community. Dr. Rice has served on multiple boards and received numerous awards and commendations for his lifetime of public service and his commitment to higher education. He served the Oklahoma Academy for State Goals for more than 30 years. When he retired from RSU, the State Regents for Higher Education named him President Emeritus. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Dr. Larry Rice.
You're welcome. Thank you. Chancellor, how'd you get up here to be the little boy? Thank you. Thank you very much. Another couple hours and we'll be finished. I don't want anybody to get nervous, but Joe Harroz yielded the rest of his 3-minute speech to me. I hate to follow him. He's so elegant and so well spoken. But anyway, Well, congratulations to my fellow inductees. I made some notes where I wouldn't ramble. When you're old and you're used to talking a lot, we ramble a bit, but congratulations to my fellow inductees, and thank you to the RSU team who nominated me, and thank you, of course, to the Higher Education Heritage Society for this incredible honor to be here. But what I'd like to focus on, obviously one cannot get to this point without a village, and my village includes a few people, and I'm going to talk about them for just a little bit. It's already been mentioned about my late and great First Lady, Peggy Rice. I miss her every day. She labored alongside me for 16 years and really transformed Rogers State University's to the best town and gown relationship in our history. She mentored students, she financially supported students, and thanks to many generous donors, she now has a well-endowed MBA scholarship endowment, which exceeds mine quite a bit, and that's why we have people here raising money for me tonight. But anyways, her legacy will live on through the things that she did in her 16 years. So thank you for that. Thank you. I would tell you that I'm the poster child for why we're here tonight. A boy from Maisie whose parents did not have a high school education, but they were smart enough to have me last of 5. Without that, I would not have had a college education. So all of my brothers and sisters helped me. If you think about it, my parents could not help me fill out a college application or anything, but my older brothers and sisters did. And there's 2 of them deceased, and one of them is here tonight, and I wanted to honor her because she would tell you that she used to change my diaper, but she also helped fund my college degree, and that's my sister, Carolyn. Carolyn, thank you. Love you. Other family members here tonight is previously mentioned my sister Carolyn, her son Jason, my son Todd, who sacrificed a lot of time in the early days. He's made up for it lately. He hangs out with me a lot and drives me around. So I'm getting even with him for being gone so much. He gets to drive me around now, but thank you, Todd. I appreciate that. 2 of my 6 grandchildren are here, and I would proudly say that they are RSU alums. That's Sophia Suter and her slightly older sister, Josie Suter, by 1 minute. They're twins. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. My RSU family. Let me start with Oklahoma Military Academy alumni. They've done more to transform Rogers State University into a real university through their volunteerism, through their generous donations. But back here in the corner, with the OMA alums, just please wave or stand. You've made a transformational gifts, and so thank you for that. Back here at the table, led by my friend of 45 years, Dr. Danette Boyle. Thank you. Thank you. And you know, as we go through this thing called life, there's a lot of people that impact us, and a lot of people just have blessed me so much throughout my years. And so some of those people I will name because it was a long way from Pryor and the storms and the weather and all that. So I'm going to name a few of them. And but I think of my friends James and Melinda Kemp, who are here with their beautiful daughter Caitlin. James and Melinda have been supporting my endeavors for the last 40 or 50 years, and they're only about 60 years old. But they've been everything about helping me, whether I was in politics, whether I was in higher education, whether I was their Sunday school teacher. They've been all things to me. So James and Lynn and Caitlin, I appreciate you so very much. And I tried to get them not to drive over here tonight. They're just never going to be there. But thank you for that. And the person that's here to raise money is Nick Harris. He's the RSU chair of the RSU Foundation. His job is to ask you for money before he gets out the door, so don't forget that, Nick. So anyway, but let me hasten to say thank you to Interim President Dr. Mark Razor and Steve Valencia for nominating me. Thank you. I punished him by saying you got to be there. You got to sit through all of this. You're going to be there. But thank you for that. And Dr. Razor, thank you for picking up the mantle when I retired, and what a great job you're doing. And it all started with President Emeritus Richard Mosier. Many of you know Dr. Mosier. He transitioned OMA to Claremore Junior College back in the day, back in 1971. Dr. Mosier's here tonight, and along with his wife and daughter, Jerry Lee and Mary. And Dr. Richard Mosier took a chance on me and gave me my first faculty job in 1979. I'm sure I was the only one that had the FFA. He used to be an FFA teacher. I had a master's degree. I was a certified police officer. Hadn't taught a day in my life, and he hired me as a faculty member. But he took a chance on me. So, Dr. Mosier, thank you for being here. Thank you for making the long drive from Holly Farms and Claremore. Thank you. Thank you. Many others. I think about my late friend, Dr. Toby Tisworth, who was my first boss at Claremore Junior College, and what a great mentor he was to this old country bumpkin. Retired Vice President Tom Volterro for keeping me out of prison, especially with the auditors. He's here. Many of you know Tom. Thank you, Tom. And I cannot say without talking about the late OSU President Emeritus Robert Comm and First Lady Maxine Comm. They took me in as a rural Oklahoma boy, and they endowed me with a scholarship. They mentored me, and Bob and Maxine Comm were the first people that modeled servant leadership for me. As you know, Dr. Comm wrote a lot of books and did a lot of research on servant leadership, so I want to always give a shout out to Bob Comm and First Lady Maxine Comm. The OU board, and many of them are here tonight. Let me tell you, that's a great board to work for. And they can't give me a pay raise or anything. I'm starting to sound like Joe now. They can't give me a pay raise or anything, but they're a great board to work for. But I've had the privilege of working with one particular individual the last few years as liaison, and I can say this, and that's the Regent Anita Holloway from Stewart, Oklahoma, who has been my mentor, my friend, my encourager, and she has been the best yet. So thank you, Anita. Thank you, and Alan, for all you do. Thank you. Anita not only opens doors for our students and other students around the state to have a potential for internships with Ernst & Young, but her brother also opens the doors for that little law firm, McElvey and Taft. So, Alan, thank you for opening the doors for many RSU students in that arena as well. Thank you so much for that. So I'm just about out of time, I know, but I'm going to keep moving on here. I'm almost finished. But we have, at the other table, there's some RSU folks that came a long way tonight. So, Dr. Ratcliffe, thank you. I appreciate you being here. And I know interim Ron Bussard is serving as the interim chief financial officer. Thank you for that, and thank you, Janet, for being here. But anyway, I got to wind it up. I also want to give a shout out to my late friend Tom Clark, who was chair of the OU Regents when they took a chance on me 16 years ago. And Joe Harris was the legal counsel, and he promised me he would advise Tom that was legally to hire me. So, Joe, I thank you that you were general counsel to the board in those days. So thank you. There's a lot of leaders in this room, and so I want to say this in closing. To the leaders, and there's a lot of future leaders in this room, there's a proverb. In fact, you can look it up. It's Proverbs 24:10 says, if you do nothing in difficult times, your strength is limited. If you do nothing in difficult times, your strength is limited. Higher education is a challenge today, and it will continue to be a challenge. We need to continue having great leaders that are like in this room today. Last but not least, I want to say thank you to my Creator for the awesome opportunities and good health that I've had during my career and traveling this road of life for 71 years. Thank you. May God bless America. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Dr. Robert Bob Spurrier is Professor Emeritus of Political Science and Director Emeritus of the Honors College at Oklahoma State University. For the last 26 of his 42 years at OSU, he served as Honors Director. With President James Halligan's encouragement, OSU's honors program developed into the OSU Honors College, and later with the support of Provost Marlene Straith and President Burns Hargis, and in cooperation with the Oklahoma Historical Society, moved into Old Central following a multi-million-dollar rehabilitation. Throughout his career, Dr. Spurrier was able to combine undergraduate teaching and academic advising with his administrative responsibilities, including directing 38 senior honors theses, and continued to teach honors seminars for several years after his retirement in 2014. He received numerous awards for teaching, including OSU Teacher of the Year and the Amico Outstanding Teacher. He served on the committee that led to the creation of a Phi Beta Kappa chapter at OSU. The author of 3 books as well as articles about the American legal system, as his professional focus shifted to honors education, Spurrier wrote extensively about honors topics. He served as an outside honors reviewer or consultant for colleges and universities from coast to coast on more than 50 occasions, and he developed 2 practical professional workshops that continue to be signature features of the annual conference of the National Collegiate Honors Council. In 2022, he received that organization's Founders Award, the organization's highest distinction. Please welcome Dr. Robert L. Spurrier, Jr.
I think I'm going to stay within the time limit. First of all, let me express my thanks to the Society, to those who were kind enough to nominate me, and to my wife Kelly for her support over the years. Having grown up in a small town in western rural Missouri, I was blessed with the opportunity to become a student at the University of Missouri Honors College. At that time, I had the benefit of small honors seminar classes, close personal advising, and mentorship from several faculty members. When I joined the OSU faculty in 1972, I wanted to give similar opportunities to our students, first in the Department of Political Science, then the College of Arts and Sciences, and later on university-wide. I had no way to anticipate at that point that later I would have the opportunity to help lead the development of honors education at the national level. So, building an honors college, of course, is not an individual thing. I'm up here getting an award, but really there's so many others who were involved. I'm going to name some of them who are here this evening, but I'm going to limit my remarks about each of them to what they did for us in honors, or we would be here a very, very long time. First of all, Celeste Tabor, who was our assistant director and did an excellent job. Diana Watkins, Ebony Hill, Sarah Phillips, who are all honors advisors. And our system is you have to have an undergraduate honors degree to be an honors advisor. And they were just fantastic in that role. To Bill Ivey, who was inducted to the Hall of Fame in 2018, who was Director of Arts and Sciences Student Academic Services, later in the Vice President's Office for Enrollment Management. Eileen Kenny, who was a high-talent recruiter for OSU and was instrumental in bringing some of our finest students to campus. Casey Tibbins-Delaney, a student who graduated from OSU, went on to law school, now is in practice in Dallas, and she was elected to our National Board of Directors as a student member. Celeste Tabor was a member of the Board of Directors as well, and just working with people like that was a true blessing. It was my privilege to be a teacher and advisor at OSU, working with students and also with colleagues around the country who wish to enhance the experiences of their students in their honors program. So my wish for this evening, really, hope, is that before too much longer, every institution of higher education in Oklahoma will have an honors program or an honors college. Our very best students, wherever they choose to study, really do deserve that opportunity. Thank you again for the honor. I really appreciate it.
Russell D. Vaught was instrumental in founding and developing Oscar Rose Jr. College, now known as Rose State College. Governor Dewey Bartlett appointed him to the college's Board of Trustees in 1968, serving as the college's first board chairman. He was reelected in 1970 and in 1973, resigning from the board when Governor David Hall appointed him to serve as a member of the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education. He faithfully served on the state regents for 14 years and was chairman for 2 terms, working with Chancellor E.T. Dunlap, He was instrumental in the strategic growth and development of the state system of higher education during the 1970s and 1980s, including the expansion of academic program offerings, developing incentive programs for faculty retention, advocating for higher education within state government, and initiating and funding multiple programs for student success. He earned the respect of university presidents through his thoughtful approach to collaboration and support, seamlessly transitioning from a successful businessman to an influential advocate for education. He lived in Midwest City for 60 years. Russell Vaught was a very successful businessman, an entrepreneur and community leader. Early in his career, he was president and general manager of Bill Atkinson's Oklahoma Journal. After that was sold, Vaught started several entrepreneurial ventures. A 1948 Midwest City High School graduate, Vaught was a U.S. Army veteran and a lifelong supporter of our military heroes, especially those at Tinker Air Force Base and first responders in the Mid-Del area. Growing up poor, he and his brother fended for themselves during their teenage years. He worked hard to see that they succeeded. He truly believed higher education was the transformative power which equates to success. After working 3 jobs during college to pay for his degree, he had to drop out, which began a lifelong passion for helping less fortunate young people. His interest in and love for students was evident in his everyday life, and he would go on personally to raise funds for hundreds of scholarships and support many young people over the years, even several who are here tonight. Russell died in 2013. He and his wife, Louise, had 3 wonderful daughters who loved their parents very much, excepting for my friend Russell, his daughter, Laurie Majors. Please welcome her tonight.
Thank you.
Good evening. It's an immense honor to stand before you today to accept this award on behalf of my dad, Russell D. Vaught. This recognition is a profound honor not only for our family, but also for the countless lives he touched throughout his life. My dad's story is one of resilience, service, and unwavering commitment to the transformative power of education. Born into modest circumstances, he faced many of life's obstacles head-on, working tirelessly to achieve his goals. Though he was unable to complete his college education due to financial constraints, juggling 3 jobs while attending classes, his experiences only deepened his passion for education. He understood, perhaps better than most, the barriers that so many students face, and he dedicated his life to removing those obstacles for others. In 1968, my dad was instrumental in the founding and development of Oscar Rose Junior College, now Rose State College. Appointed by Governor Dewey Bartlett at the college as the college's first board chairman, he helped lay the foundation for an institution that would become a beacon of opportunity and hope for countless students. His leadership during those formative years was crucial to the college's early success and set the stage for its continued growth and excellence. In 1973, he was appointed to the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education, where he served with distinction for 14 years, including 2 terms as chairman. Working closely with Chancellor Dunlap, he was a driving force behind the strategic growth and development of Oklahoma's higher education system during the 70s and 80s. His efforts were instrumental in expanding academic programs, developing faculty retention incentives, and initiating programs focused on student success. My dad's thoughtful approach to leadership earned him the respect of university presidents and leaders across the state. Beyond his multiple businesses and official regent roles, my dad was deeply committed to helping students achieve their dreams. He personally raised funds for hundreds of scholarships, ensuring that students who face the same challenges he once did had a pathway and support they needed to succeed. His passion for education was not just about academic success, it was about changing lives, building communities, and fostering a brighter future for all. He especially loved Rose State College, and I'm so blessed to follow in his footsteps as a Rose State College regent. My dad's legacy is one of optimism, integrity, and a steadfast belief in the potential of others. He had a really strong faith that God would provide. He was an encourager at heart, always finding ways to uplift others and help them realize their potential. He was more than just a regent or a successful businessman. He was a mentor, leader, and a true advocate for the power of education. As I accept this award on his behalf, I'm reminded of the countless students, faculty, regents, and leaders who benefited from his guidance and support, several who are in this room tonight. His life was a testament to the idea that with dedication and heart for service, one person truly can make a difference. Thank you to the Oklahoma Higher Education Hall of Fame for recognizing my dad's contribution, and to Rose State College, and especially President Jeannie Webb for nominating him, and thank you to all of you who continue the work that was so close to his heart.
Let me say something about one of our inductees who wasn't able to be with us tonight, and that is Regent Emeritus Ann Holloway. Was not able to be with us, so we will want to acknowledge her and recognize her when we do this again next year. But as you have a chance to see Ann, please express to her your appreciation for her service to the higher education system. I'd like to take this opportunity to just say, so Chancellor Garrett was up here. We saw some pictures of previous chancellors, E.T. Dunlap and Joe Leone for sure. We've heard or we've seen Chancellor Johnson. I was pleased to get to serve as the 7th chancellor. I had the interim in front of my title for a time. But it's also my honor to introduce the Chancellor-elect, Sean Burridge. Recognize him. So it's my honor to welcome these new inductees into the Hall of Fame. And let's give them one more collective round of applause.